Now then, good news. Our end of season presentation event has now got a date, and it will be on the evening of the 23rd of September. It will be in the GW Stadium in the South Stand Bar, as things are at the moment. If anything changes, I'll let you know. We've chosen a Saturday night option because you remember last meeting I asked for show of hands, and Gail put a vote out on Facebook, and it was overwhelming that people wanted to go back to an evening rather than an afternoon. So that's all in hand, and you will get further details as we go along and get all the plans in place. When the letter comes out, of course, it also has the voting slip on for our Riversiders Player of the Year and Forward of the Year. And this year the voting slip will be a little bit different. Instead of putting 3 players on and 3 different votes, it's just going to ask you straightforward your choice of Player of the Year, your choice of Forward of the Year, and then we'll count them up. It just makes the maths a bit simpler. Okay, now social media, we're now on YouTube, everybody. You can search for us on Riversiders videos, and the snippets that we've also had on Twitter and Facebook will be now on YouTube. So if you've got a smart TV, you can sit and watch yourselves. How good's that? So big thanks to Gail for getting that sorted, and Andrew, of course. Now, to run all these things that we run and to get involved in all the things that we do, we obviously need a committee. And our committee has always given opportunities to people who want to perhaps think about joining us. And if you're interested in becoming a committee member and you don't want to actually put yourself in the frame straight away, please let one of the committee members know, because you're quite welcome. If you're interested in becoming a member, come along to one of our members' meetings and find out what we do and how we do it. That'll give you then perhaps some insight into whether or not you would like to join us in the future. Because moving forward, we need new people, new ideas, new blood, just like any organisation. So it'd be really good if you could take that opportunity. The Lancashire Federation weekend, which is the 2nd to the 4th of February, I think James Roby, is that correct? Is that confirmed? James Roby will be the guest speaker. The prices are Friday and Saturday £134 or all inclusive £156. Saturday £76, all inclusive £85. The meal only on the Saturday the 27th. Full payment will be by the 15th of January. Now, if you're interested in the all-inclusive and you're wondering what it is, Ron's given me some information sheet, so if you want one, when I'm walking back in a bit, pop your hand up and I'll pass one down to you. Okay? And now it is my pleasure to hand this microphone over to Gail, who is going to lead our meeting this evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So, welcome to the July meeting. We've got 2 really great guests for you this evening. So we'll welcome them up. So, first off, it's his first time here since he joined the first team. Please give a big Riversiders welcome to Harvie Hill. Right, and secondly, our second and final guest this evening, obviously he's no stranger to the Riverside, as he's been here many times through the academy. Please welcome Shorrocks. You know the drill, Joe. Is it working?
Yeah, it's working.
Right, okay. Can everybody hear Joe? Yeah. Right, so we're going to start off with you, Joe. So you've had quite a journey since you were awarded the Riversiders Under-16s Player of the Year way back in 2016. What's your experience of the Riversiders?
Yeah, so I'm coming through the scholarship and academy. I think you appreciate how much the Riversiders actually do for the club and for the lads behind the scenes. You do a lot of fundraising for the academy. I know when I was in there, I think you paid for our end of season due, so really appreciate that.
So you got a free meal.
Yeah, I think, like I said, coming through the academy, you just see how much you do for the club, not just those lads, but the community as well. So just a real big support network for the club, and we wouldn't be where we are without you. So
You've always enjoyed coming here, haven't you?
yeah, love it.
Right, so Harvie, it's your first time as a guest. Are you okay?
I think I'm more nervous for this than I do for games.
Are you ready for some questions?
Yeah, I could try.
You'll try. Well, Joe's survived quite a few of our Q&As over the years, so if you get stuck, just pass it back to Joe. Right, coming back to you, Joe. At our recent academy night, I asked the lads which first 10 player they looked up to and aspired to be like. Tom Ratchford said you.
I don't know why,
He was very complimentary about you. So, when you were an academy player, which player did you aspire to be like and why?
I think I'm going to say Lockers. Obviously, playing loose forward for the academy and scholarship. Obviously, he was a massive role model for me in first team. Playing however long he did at the club, he won so many things, and obviously captain his country, captain this club. So I think looking up to Lockers for me through the scholarship academy, that was a real big role model for me.
So when you actually stepped up to the first team, did Lockers sort of mentor you in any way?
Yeah, massively. First few years and still now, every day telling me what I can do a bit better, what he used to do things, and where I can tweak my game to support what suits me. So yeah, he's always there if I need some help on something. I'm always there for support, and whether I get something wrong or not.
So he's bossing you about.
Yeah.
Right, so Harvie, same question to you. When you were in the academy, which player did you look up to and inspire to be like?
I'm probably the same to Lockers, just was a legend of the club, wasn't he? He's captained his country, he's done everything. Obviously, a lad playing for Wigan coming through wants to be like what Lockers has done.
Right, Joe, so you had a loan spell at Lee early on in the season. Did you enjoy your time there?
No, I loved it. I loved my time there. More so just getting the game time. Obviously I weren't playing there for the first 4 weeks of the season, so just getting that game time, getting that confidence back in my game, playing regularly, playing in a position that's familiar to me was real big for me on my boost, and hopefully it showed when I came back here to Wigan.
So the Leafers actually seem to quite like you as well. You were quite popular. I saw everything on Twitter. They were really buzzing. They wanted you to sign for them. And obviously, I don't think it's a coincidence that they actually got their first win when you actually joined them.
Yeah, I think that try against Saints has something to do with how much they like me, but obviously it's great to hear what that they wanted to keep me for the rest of the season and hopefully sign me later on, but obviously I'm a Wigan player and that's where my focus will be.
We're going to hear that, aren't we? So you're very athletic. You had a scholarship at Preston North End as a youngster, and you represented Lancashire at cricket. You're obviously very versatile as well as talented, which is evident in the different positions that you've played for Wigan. So do you want to just talk us through all the positions that you've played?
Yeah, I think I played everyone except full back and winger, but stand-off was a new one for me this year. Obviously that first game against Saints, I didn't really know what I was doing. Tommy and Matty told me in the week, said, "You're playing stand-off," and I thought, but yeah, I think a lot of the lads had something to do with how well I did it there. But yeah, just being versatile, I think that's something that adds to my game. Obviously something that's different to most of the players in the club, most of the players in the comp, that I can play 4 or 5 positions. So yeah, if someone gets injured then I'm your man.
You've done a little bit of goal kicking as well, haven't you?
I think I did a bit in the academy, yeah. Well, before I was injured, so yeah.
Yeah, so you're definitely the man. So which position do you prefer playing, and which position do you see yourself going forward as obviously permanent?
I love loose forward, I love second row, so either one of them suits me. I don't matter which. I'm playing back row at the moment while Morgan's playing loose forward, so whatever's best for the team really, but going forward I think I'd like to nail that loose forward role down, but you know, that's up to Matty and the coaching staff.
So Harvie, we're coming back to you now. You're not leaving alone for too long. So as it's your first time here, obviously we want to know more about you. So we've already seen you on the pitch, so we're going to ask you a few little questions so we can get to know you. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So you're a Cumbrian lad. Tell us about your journey from playing in Cumbria to actually coming to Wigan Warriors.
Well, if you're from Cumbria, you don't really come out of Cumbria. So we got a chance of playing against St Pat's, and I had a half-decent game, done alright. And for me, he's not Jacko. Jacko was there, and Jack Roden, and then I come to camps. That's where it started.
So what conversation did you have with Jacko and Jack?
Quite a big lad. Let's see what you've got down here.
So they tempted you up here? Down here, so it's down here, isn't it? Yeah. So they tempted you to come down and have a go?
Yeah, I come and have a go.
And the rest is history?
Well, hopefully.
So your dad is Howard Hill, who played for Whitehaven and Oldham. What influence did he have on your career?
Well, it was a lot different from me. He was fast. I'm not fast. No, but yeah, well, all through my life. When I was a kid, travelled all around the country watching him, so I think it was fun enough of it then.
So it's in the blood?
Yeah.
Like the cherry and white? Yeah. So Joe, back to you. So you came back to Wigan from deepest, darkest league, and then you had to actually face them. Was it strange playing against them after being part of their team?
Yeah, obviously I've always only played for Wigan, so being on loan for them 4 weeks, not being here, being part of a different team was quite surreal, quite refreshing, and then obviously coming back here 1 week and then that same week you're playing against the team that you've been with for the last 4, that was quite an experience. It was a bit of a weird one, but you know, just got to get over the feelings that I had, and obviously we did alright in that game, didn't we? I think we battered them, so.
I bet you weren't popular in Lee anymore then, were you?
No, that's also since.
So Harvie, you've been out on loan as well. What can you tell us about your experience?
Well, I went to the south of France to play for Toulouse.
So Joe went to Lee and you went to the south of France.
Yeah, I'd say I was one of the luckier ones.
So did you enjoy your time out there?
Yeah, it was just a different lifestyle. It's sunny.
Sunnier than Lee.
Yeah, definitely.
So on a personal level, Harvie, how do you feel that your season's going?
Well, I'm getting more game time than expected, but still got a lot to work on to still compete for a position in the team, so just keep trying hard.
So it's exceeded all your expectations that from obviously beginning of the season?
Yeah, definitely. I didn't expect to get that much game time. think with lads getting injuries, that's where it's come from, and hopefully I can just kick on and get some more game time.
So, what goals did you actually set yourself at the start of the season?
Probably just to improve my game really, and get used to playing against men, training against men, and I think going out on loan helped that a lot.
So, what's the transition like from the academy and the reserves up to the first team? Is it a lot tougher?
Yeah, it's a lot tougher, but you enjoy it more, you hear it more, but you do enjoy it.
So when you came up to the first team, did you actually get a mentor, or was there any particular player who looked after you?
Nah, everyone's good lads, just look after each other, like a group of mates, just have a crack and look after each other, so it's all good.
So they welcomed you when you first went there, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
That's good to know. So Joe, we're going to talk about Good Friday. So obviously it was the derby. It was good weather, it was a great atmosphere, it was a full stadium, and everyone was scratching their heads when they saw you named at standoff.
I know, I was scratching my head as well. Obviously I've never been so nervous in my life, full stadium, and I'm playing standoff with Derek, so yeah, I never played there before. So Matty told me in the week with Tommy.
So what exactly did that conversation go like?
Well, at the start of the week we go in the computer room, we learn, like we watch clips of the team we're playing for the week, and they pulled me out and I thought, oh, I'm not playing at all there, and they said, you're playing standoff, and I thought, I was down it all week in training.
Have you ever played standoff before then?
No, never before. Yeah, I was puzzled with the decision as well when thought you've got Rocky, and obviously Kay was injured at the time, so I thought you could have played Bev or Jada, but yeah, it was a strange one, but I'm glad it happened.
So I think we're all in agreement that you absolutely smashed it.
No problem.
So Harry's your best mate. Did it help having him as your half-back partner? Was he bossing you about and giving you some tips and telling you where to go and what to do?
Yeah, I think it did actually. I was messaging at like 11 o'clock at night, what if this happens? And he's telling me to F off, so leave me alone after training tomorrow. So I think it did help on the pitch. I know his game, he knows my game, so I just let him organise, and then wherever we land, I'll take the big four with the full-back, and then let Harry do the rest. So I think that's what helped the most.
So you were, on that day, you were Wigan Warriors man of the match, and you got to bang the famous drum. How did that feel?
Yeah, amazing. Just getting the win felt amazing, but to be the man of the match and bang the drum after a Good Friday win against Saints in front of Park Stadium, yeah, I think that's definitely one of my highlights of my career so far.
So what was the atmosphere like in the changing rooms after that game?
Oh, unbelievable. Apart from the Challenge Cup win last year, I don't think it's been like that. Yeah, that was something pretty special.
So we had Warrington the week after, obviously another sensational win with you at standoff again. Followed up with the quarter-final win over them. Obviously an unfortunate sending off for Katie Ellis. So how did the team adapt when that happens?
I think we just got on with it. It happened 6 minutes in, so we didn't really have much time to think about what happened. So I think we just got on with it, and I think we had a talk. I think we got sent off. I think Faz pulled us all together. Just do your job, scramble for your mate, work for your mate, and just go the extra mile. And obviously that's what we did. And yeah, we were lucky enough to get the win that day.
How much harder is it being a man down, especially obviously for such a long period of time?
Yeah, it's pretty hard in defence. You know, you're short for numbers on one of the sides, no matter where you are on the field. So no matter how you look at it, yeah, it's pretty tough. And then in attack, you're missing the middle. So you just got to play off short field positions. But I think we did that pretty well. Warrington wanted to throw the ball about and we forced some errors while scrambling in D, so yeah, it is tough, but I think we did alright.
So Harvey, going back to you, how did it feel when you were given your squad number at the beginning of the season as a fully fledged first team player?
Obviously it's a massive achievement, it's what you've worked all along for. Yeah, you can't really explain it really.
So I'm going to ask you both this question, so we'll stick with you, Harvey, for now. So tell us about your debut. So the build-up, telling your family to actually running out on the pitch. What can you remember about that day?
I remember there was about 4 or 5 of us was there. So obviously we've come right through together, so we're all good friends. We all just looked at each other and went, oh no, there's too many of us playing here. But no, we went out, we done alright. Obviously everyone's families were proud. We didn't get the win, but we stuck together and had a dig. We didn't just let them run over us.
So how did your family feel about that as well?
Well, they don't really say much to me. But I imagine they were proud.
Yeah, I'm sure they were. So Joe, what about your debut? I know you've got to think back a little bit for that.
Yeah, my debut was away at Wakefield, so we got beat that game. I think it was about 18-10 or something, but I know we got beat. I think we got banned for third man into Theta on my debut, so yeah.
It wasn't a happy man, was it?
No, we weren't a happy man. But yeah, I thought I did alright. Show my family proud. I think my mum cried when she was in with my shirt and in front of the team, so yeah, I'm sure they were proud, and yeah, we got beat, so.
So I just want to ask you about the new rules that are being trialled currently, obviously to cut down on the head injuries. What are your thoughts on those?
The ones in the academy?
Yeah.
Oh, it's shocking. I watched the game against Wigan Huddersfield the other day, and even John Duffy was saying it's terrible. I think the week before there was 50 penalties in one game just for tackles above, is it the chest? Yeah, so it's going on, I see, so.
What's your thoughts on those, Harvey?
Well, we were watching it in here when they were playing Huddersfield, and I think there was actually more injuries than there would be in a normal game because everyone's trying to tackle low and just banging heads. And obviously there's loads of penalties. Yeah. Hopefully they won't stick.
So what impact do you think it'll have if it does come into Super League? Because obviously if they're trying to make people, obviously the guys tackle lower, is that going to put a lot of pressure on like knees and ankles and things like that, do you think?
Yeah, definitely, and I think there's going to be more head collisions because everyone will be going low, bang on other people's knees, and it definitely won't help me because I'm too tall and can't bend me back.
Right, so there's also lots of comments, I don't know whether anybody else has seen them, about whether we should scrap the 6 again rule. What are your thoughts on that?
It's alright when you've got the ball, but in that middle when it's 6 again against you, it's not good. But no, I think it's alright. I think there's benefits of it. The game's faster, there's more tries, but yeah, I think it's alright.
So on the whole, you vote to keep it?
Yeah.
What about you, Joe? What do you think about that one?
Yeah, on the whole, I like it. It's if it's used properly, I like it. If it's used to make your game better, like saying it's just lie on the ruck, hands in the ruck, just to make it slower, then give us 6 again, we'll just get the line sorted, then I don't know what you can do about it, but on the whole, I like it. Yeah, I don't really know what to say, but yeah, I'd keep it if it was up to me. But
Are there any rule changes that you'd like to see from a playing point of view?
yeah, 2 points for a drop goal over 40. Is that the yeah, that'd be a good one in Super League.
That's you, Harry, wouldn't it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Right, so we're just going to look forward to the next couple of games. Obviously, next up we've got Wakefield. We've already played them twice and we've beat them twice. Although they did make us work a bit harder for that second win. Since then, they've recruited, they've brought in your mate, Mr. Fifita,
Yeah, Dave.
and Luke Gail, and they have managed to get a couple of wins. So what are you expecting from them on Friday?
Yeah, well, we were speaking about it today in training. We're expecting a physical Wakefield, obviously, coming off a win against Salford at the weekend. Their confidence is flying high, and they're going to be coming after us from minute one, so obviously we've got to turn up to match them physically, and hopefully we'll get the job done if we play how we know we can play.
So looking further ahead to the Warrington game, they seem a bit low on confidence and out of form at the moment. Does any of that factor into how we prepare for that game?
No, not at all. Any game against any game in Warrington Wiggin's a big game. We know we've beat them twice so far this year, but they've not played particularly well in that last game, so they'll be looking to improve. And we know they've got some world-class players in George and who they recruited last year, so they'll be looking to get one back on us, and hopefully we'll be trying to make it 3 in a row.
So we can't let you go, obviously, without having a quick chat about the semi-final coming up. So we're playing Hull KR. We've played them twice as well. Won 1, lost 1. They've gone a bit off the boil because obviously they've got a few injuries. Are we feeling confident about that game?
Yeah, I think the way we're playing at the moment, we've got to feel confident. We've only conceded 1 try in the last 3 games. 1 try in each game, in the last 3. So, yeah, we've got to feel confident going into that game, especially a neutral ground like Headingley. Hopefully, we'll bring some fans, and then, hopefully we can get the job done and get to another Challenge Cup final.
So as current holders, is there a lot of emphasis on retaining the cup?
Yeah, I'd say there is. In that last game, we spoke a lot about how it was last year and the feeling of winning it and what it would like to go back to back. So yeah, I'd say there's a big emphasis on trying to retain the trophy this year, and hopefully we can make that one step further after Hull KR.
So Harvie, just coming back to you, what would it mean to you to play at Wembley in the Challenge Cup final?
I'd say it'd mean everything. Well, it would mean everything. Just the history behind it at Wembley, and to win a trophy with Wigan and a group of mates that our squad is at the moment. So, yeah, it'd mean everything.
What about you, Joe? What would it mean to you?
Yeah, like I was saying, I think it meant everything. Obviously last year I was 18th man for the final in Tottenham, so yeah, I was gutted. I missed out last year, so if I played this year at Wembley, then I think it'd make it a little bit sweeter. And obviously, hopefully I can win a trophy with this club. So,
without getting ahead of ourselves, which team would you prefer to face in the final?
Lee. Either one. They're both good teams. They're both playing well at the moment. So, yeah, I think either one. We know we can do a job against either one if we turn up on the day. So, yeah, I don't think it really matters. I think it's more the emphasis on us and how we do. But if I had to pick one, I'd say Lee.
What about you, Harvie?
I'd say Saints. Just to beat Saints at Wembley in the Challenge Cup final.
Would you enjoy beating Saints more than beating Lee?
I'd enjoy winning one first, but I'd say I'd enjoy beating Saints more, yeah.
Right, so obviously the women's team are actually part of the double header in the semi-final. How good would it be to have both teams at Wembley?
It'd be a massive occasion for the club. Obviously having a women's and a men's team there in such a big fixture. Yeah, it'd be massive for the club and massive for the women's game.
What about you, Joe? What's your thoughts on the women's team as well?
Yeah, it'd be massive. Obviously they're working hard to get to the final and we're doing the same, so we get 2 teams out of the same club to get to a Challenge Cup final, it'd be massive. So yeah, hopefully they can do the job and hopefully we back them up.
Right, well that's all from me, so I just want to say thank you very much both for coming. I hope you've both enjoyed it. Before you rush off to watch Love Island, We'll just let you pull out some winning raffle tickets, if that's okay.